Assalamu alaikum, another episode of ASKSQ. You ask, I respond. That's how this thing goes, and today we have a special guest.
Assalamu alaikum.
This is my wife, inshaAllah. We're going to be answering some questions together, but you know the drill. If you want any of your questions to be featured, inshaAllah, DM me on any one of these platforms, inshaAllah, with the hashtag ASKSQ, and we will get you featured on the show, inshaAllah. So let's get into this question. Studying in a university, and you know the atmosphere here is not all that good. People here are always gossiping, talking back, saying hilarious things about girls, use the worst possible ways to talk, and the list is never ending. And I'm finding it very difficult to keep up my iman levels in this type of atmosphere. I want to pause right here because I feel like failure type of mindset. When you start a conversation with blaming others for why your iman levels are down, like, you understand, it's called my iman level. How can you impact my iman level? I'm not saying that society and the environment that you're in doesn't affect your faith and how it goes up and down, but what I'm saying is that if we start saying the reason my faith is going up and down is because people are backbiting around me, people are saying this or doing that inside of the university, I think that's a problem.
The issue here maybe is that it's their circle of friends. They're probably not praying, probably doing the back chatting and stuff. It's very, very easy for you to kind of fall into the same thing as what your friends are doing.
When you say a statement like the people here, that means the entire university is gossiping. Well, if you look at it, gossiping is a very easy thing to do. A lot of people gossip all the time. You can't avoid that. You can't avoid that, period. Even in a Muslim household during Ramadan, it doesn't matter. People are going to be gossiping. You can't avoid that. What you can do is either one of three things to make sure that the iman levels are high. In a nice, beautiful way, you can actually stop it from happening. Be like, you know what, please stop speaking about someone while they're not here. That's one level. Second, stopping it with your speech, which is very similar to what I just said. Third and final way is to just sitting there and hating it in your heart, but you could easily leave.
Walk away, yeah.
You could just walk away. I can't deal with excuses.
And the thing is, if your friends are Muslim, you know, they won't, I don't think they will be offended if you said that, oh guys, let's not backbite, let's just leave this topic and start talking about something else. Pretty certain that they won't be offended. They'll be like, okay.
Or, oh, you're like so religious, and then they might bring up something that you've done.
I'm not being funny, but if I was around people like that, I would be like, sorry, these are not the people I want to associate myself with. I would leave them behind and move on.
It's not as easy as you think to just leave friends and make brand new friends. You might have a very strong personality, you might have a very strong character, and where you think it's just easy for you to get up and leave, but man, friends mean a lot to people. If you don't have friends, you feel a certain type of way.
You need to make sure that the friends that you do have are doing things that are going to take you to Jannah, not the other way around. So choose your friends wisely to begin with. Everyone's going to have like ups and downs where, yeah, they may, you know, accidentally start talking about someone and then it leads from one thing to another, but just bear in mind that if you were to correct them, if they are, you know, of a good character, they're going to be like, oh yeah, sorry, I shouldn't be doing that, that's wrong.
The messenger explained to us about how one of the qualities of a friend that you're supposed to have is that they should remind you of Allah, remind you to fear Allah, and, you know, you remember to do good deeds when you see them.
I wanted to say that, but it just wasn't coming to me.
It's okay. That's why
the baby brain.
That's why they pay me the big bucks. You need better friends in the first place, and you're absolutely right. Youth of Surah Kahf. One thing that they did that was really interesting, they were in a town that was filled with shirk and all these things that were displeasing to Allah. What a group of friends decided to do was that they were tired of being around that negative environment, so they decided to pack up and just run away and get out of that place and go take refuge in a cave. Now, I'm not telling you to go live in a cave. That's not right. If you find a certain group of friends who have that same mindset as you do, and where you're trying to better yourself, you're trying to better your deen, you're trying to do all these sorts of things, my recommendation would be to get those friends, become super cool with them, go and just make your own little clique. I'm finding it difficult to pray on time and trying my best to do it. Now, if you had a positive group of friends, you would find it easier for you to pray it on time. When I have friends that encourage me to pray, or when my friends would go pray, I am more inclined to go pray too. I'm not going to say I'm not going to go pray.
More fun. Like, you know, you go, you and your friends, you're doing something good. It feels good. You kind of encourage each other. Like, if someone's like forgets their salah time, you could be like, oh, let's go read salah. One day you might be like talking and you might forget what time it is, and they'll be like, oh, come on, let's go read salah. But if your friend doesn't read salah, then you're more likely to put it off because you feel awkward.
Right, for that to happen, your mindset has to be that I want to draw closest to Allah, and likewise you need to attract more people who think that way too. And you got to change your social circles. It's simple as that. There's no easy answer. I'm sorry to tell you this, but like sometimes you just need new friends. If your friends are bringing you down and not helping you draw closer to Allah, it's either they're going to drag you away from Allah, but you're more than likely are not going to be able to draw them closer to Allah.
If you're with people, you should be saying inshaAllah, alhamdulillah. If none of this is happening in your like groups of friends, then clearly these people are not bringing you closer to Allah. I don't think that in your whole university that everyone is like that they're not practicing or whatever, yeah. So there must be someone that you could go and chill with. There could be other people, but maybe the people that you're associating yourself with right now, maybe you need to step away from them.
If they're doing the wrong thing, stay away from them and find people who are doing the right thing. Oh bro, like you can do something different about this. Even if I pray, I'm finding it difficult to concentrate in my prayer. Now look, who doesn't find it difficult?
I've got 2 kids. I'm trying to focus on my prayer.
We have 2 kids.
One's screaming her head off, the other screaming her head off, one's pulling my hijab off, one's getting on top of me when I'm doing sujood. Like, come on, that's difficult to concentrate. Like, if I was in your situation and I had no one around me, I would just be in that sujood for like 10 minutes. Shaitan is going to be there doing the wasa in your ear while you're trying to pray. You just got to kind of meditate, focus, make sure that you're in an environment where it's not busy, where it's quiet. If you're finding it really difficult, maybe find yourself a room where no one's there, there's no distraction.
People don't realize is that a part of Salah is learning to develop concentration. People think that they have to come to Salah with concentration. That's not true. You develop concentration. Salah helps you develop concentration. People struggle with concentration. I do, she does, we all do. No one has the concentration, but Salah is going to help you develop that concentration by continuously doing it over and over again. If you want better concentration, inshaAllah, try using and memorizing new surahs to make your mind occupied.
Get the translation.
Exactly. Like,
and then read it.
Like when you're saying it in Arabic, try to translate it in your native language, right?
Then you're going to be focusing on the words that you're saying, so it's harder to start thinking about, oh, what am I having for lunch?
Allah is designed to help you develop focus.
Have to be really there to get the khushu. Everyone's going to get that.
Essentially, this is what you got to do, bro. You got to get new friends. You got to hang out with people who draw you closer to Allah. Embrace the struggle. Embrace the fact that you are not able to concentrate. You have to just get better at concentration today than you were yesterday and than you were the day before. Last words?
Keep it real.
Keep it real. That's the advice we have.
But we have to say at least you realize that you're having these issues, which is alhamdulillah the best thing.
That's a sign of iman.
Yeah, because important. You want to do better, and that's the best thing.
That shows that you're trying to improve your relationship with Allah.
Yeah, and that says a lot, and Allah sees that struggle, and you know what? You get rewarded.
You're rewarded for that struggle.
Good on you, my friend. Good on you, and good question that you asked.
That was our feedback. Inshallah, it's time for you to drop your feedback in the comments section below. And if they ask you this question, what would you tell them? What would you advise them? And inshallah, if you have no feedback for them, all you got to do is drop a sincere, beautiful, loving comment, inshallah, that will put a smile on their face, inshallah. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless you. Do not haram police anyone. Don't like say anything negative to someone. Everyone's struggling, inshallah. Put a smile on someone's face, inshallah. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless you. Jazakallah for watching. You ask, we respond. It's usually me, but she's the guest.
I don't have time.
She's my first guest. She's my first guest. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless you. I'm out. I just hit her on the head.